Okay, good evening, everyone. I don't know
Good
if you can
evening.
all hear me. Please help me watch it.
Yes. Good
We can hear
evening.
you.
Okay, you're all moderator for today. So before we go further, I would like to bring up the state coordinator for the
Okay. Hello. Hope everyone can hear me. Good evening, house.
Sam Godfrey. Over to you, sir.
Yes,
Okay. Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you, Godfrey.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, house.
Yes, please.
Okay. I still remain pharmacist Godfrey, state coordinator. So, opening remark for this session. Once more, good evening, colleagues and distinguished participants. On behalf of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria Young Pharmacy Group FCT, I warmly welcome you to our 12th monthly webinar. Tonight, we'll be exploring a very important and timely topic themed Global Health Opportunity for Young Pharmacists Beyond the Clinical Setting. This topic was carefully chosen to broaden our perspective as young professionals, helping us to recognize that the role of pharmacists extends far beyond the four walls of the hospital and community practice. There are endless opportunities where we can make significant impacts as young pharmacists. Hence, why we chose this topic. And God so faithful, we are privileged to have with us an outstanding speaker, somebody that has explored other aspects of pharmacy and is successful. Pharmacist Tony Anama. So I will appreciate your efforts and for you to have made time for us out of your busy schedule to be with us at this time. We don't take it for granted. We really appreciate and we believe your time with us as young pharmacists will be something that will make a very, very positive and lasting impact in the light of all the young pharmacists present here tonight. I also like to appreciate all of us that are present. Also, our moderator, Pharmacist Regina, who will be guiding us throughout today's discussion. I thank you all for making time to join us this evening. I pray let us stay engaged. Let's ask questions and let's make this session an interactive and impactful one. Once again, you are most welcome, and with further delay, we begin this session. So, Pharmacist Regina, all over to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Coordinator. So I'll be reading the profile of our highly experienced pharmacist, our senior brother, and our senior pharmacist who is here to give us from his well of wisdom. So Pharmacist Tony Anama is a highly experienced professional in procurement, logistics, and supply chain management for international health programs with over 20 years of experience spanning Nigeria, Uganda, and the United States. He has successfully led supply chain systems, strengthening health and HIV programs supported by international donors such as the US government and the Global Fund. He is passionate about advocating strategic cost competitive changes through effective process improvement and data analysis. He is a collaborative leader and a public health specialist who values teamwork, innovation, and quality. Please, with clapping emojis, with whatever emojis you can use, please welcome to the floor.
Screen. I believe everybody's seeing the screen, right? Confirm you're hearing me and you're seeing the screen.
We can hear you, sir. We can see the screen.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
and I may not be able. Yeah, I won't be able to see people raising their hands. So at any point in time, please, Regina, feel free to call my attention. If anybody has a question, I will gladly pause. And of course, I believe this is a very interactive session we're going to have. So that said, I felt I want to say a couple of things, not let me stand on existing protocols, hiding under the leadership of the coordinator to still give a couple of things. I'll call them opening remarks, but they're things I didn't want to forget to touch on as we make progress on this webinar. And I equally want to please beg your um, permission for my young sons. I have two of them joining. I wanted them to hear, this presentation, about my work and what I've done, because I will tell you, I plan to tell my story, and I believe it's going to inspire and motivate you and show you where your space is. That said, I will suggest that for this particular topic, global health opportunities for pharmacists, that you have several of them. Why I'm saying this is because we have several pharmacists who have beautiful stories like mine. We have even older pharmacists who have carved different niches for themselves. And because of, I can't say everything in one session, I would have loved to tell you everything, but I figured that the best way for me to have a cohesive story to tell and point you to where there are opportunities, it was better I will tell you from my own lens of my own experience. So, as state coordinator, I'll suggest that is a suggestion, and hopefully you hear other pharmacists on what they have been doing, the great things they have been doing. Anything I've mentioned here, of course, is something I worked, in collaboration with many other pharmacists. The person you are seeing here actually I is my very good friend, Kurama. He's right now in Fiji Islands. Let me not commit him in absence, but he's one other great guy. I just put that picture to liven up, the slide. Just to tell you, I worked so closely with him, when we were in USID, GHSC PSM project before he proceeded to
Sorry, sir, your
Fiji
slide
Island.
is not moving. Can you hear me, sir?
I know. I'm still on. I can hear you. I can hear
We
you. I'm
do
not
not see
moving
the
the
picture
slide.
you are
I'm
showing
almost
us
done on
now.
this. Are you not seeing the slide? I'm now on
We are
opening
seeing the
remarks.
slide, but
What
it's
you
not
should be.
moving.
I'm not moving yet. I've not moved the next slide. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. But you are seeing a picture of me and one other person smiling, right?
No, sir, it's the first slide that is
No,
showing
sir, it's the first slide
where the
that's
topic
showing
is.
where the topic is.
I've moved it. Maybe. Okay. I've moved the slide actually. I don't know. Maybe there's a lag. Let me. Are you seeing it now?
Still the first
Is
one.
anybody seeing opening remarks?
No, it's still on the first slide.
Still the first one.
Let me send it to. Okay, I know. Let me see. 1 second. I can put it on the chat. Is it
Okay,
possible to
okay.
attach things on the chat? Okay, it's not possible. I'll send it to Godfrey on WhatsApp.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
1 second. Yeah. No problem. No problem. I have to use it for.
Where are they?
Okay, Godfrey, you should have it now.
You can go ahead, sir.
I've gotten it, sir, so I'm sharing it with
Okay,
face
should
it
I
or not.
continue share my screen
You can go ahead, sir.
or somebody will do that? Okay.
Yes, I can continue while we
Okay.
try to share it.
Okay. Okay, so like I said, a couple of more things on my opening remarks is I've already spoken to the other thing. One thing I wanted to equally say here is you guys are starting on a good note in terms of getting mentors, working very closely with this chapter, create time to listen to you, talk to whoever, anytime you there's a need to talk or present a paper, whatever, to continue to go further because I have mentees who keep me abreast. Like I always say, I don't say I'm getting older, I'm getting younger. And as you are getting, older, so to say, you seem to not be able to catch up, especially like what is going on with AI. As much as this is not the topic, but I would suggest again that you guys look at a possibility of having a discussion around AI. AI is the boss now, and it has the capacity and capability. In fact, it is changing everything, and definitely will have an effect, on how pharmacy practice is done. I equally wanted to say this, because I believe most of us here are people of faith. I wanted to mention a eureka moment in the for you guys, and one of us. I did my internship with the Federal Ministry of Health, and one night I was the Federal Staff Hospital at Po, and I saw in the news that there was a foundation called Gide Foundation that was setting up, was being launched, and that they are going to provide antiretroviral therapy. I believe most of us here are working in maybe, if not, is one pointer, where most hospitals provide that, but then it's a specialized kind of clinical practice when you are involved in HIV treatment and care. And I volunteered there. In fact, my career started there when I volunteered in Gide Foundation. And you're going to see much more about what I did there, that it made it very pivotal, for me to now launch forward and, go forward in my career the way it is. One other thing I said I would not want to forget to mention is this, my dear friends, is that as you guys know it, nobody's a stranger to what is going on in international development. I started working, international development up until, last year. There was a lot of funds going from the US government. Well, we all know now that things have changed. The US government is cut down on how much money they are pouring in. There's still some money out there, but between now and the end of next year, not to, like they say, dampen your spirits on opportunities in global health, in the different directions that things will definitely change. And that's another topic worthy of discussion, health. But just for you to begin to think as well, how things are now evolving in global health and why it can, change or has in fact changed how global health work is done. So that said, as far as health programs are concerned, medicines form a very large chunk, of programs. And most health programs, as we know it, deliver care to people, in resource-limited areas. And one of the big needs that global health, tries to fill is access to basic medicines. Frontline workers struggle to meet the needs in low-resource regions, and pharmacists will have a big role to play to close in the gap. Everything that happens from, with regards to making medications available, starting from how it is manufactured, the regulatory conditions and requirements, for the production of pharmaceuticals, and down to the supply chain management, is the role of pharmacists. And I dare say this, you are going to hear it, and you are going to even have people ask you, why must pharmacists, be called to work in that right? Nobody else is better positioned to manage every area and aspect, of access to medications in global health than pharmacists. Now, let me say this: in some parts of the world, like in the United States, you won't see pharmacists in supply chain because they're fairly well paid.